through her metastatic journey, and it's something. And when people say to me, you know, like, how do you keep doing what you do? Because that part of what I do is very, very hard and very sad. But this quote from Marianne Williamson, it's something very beautiful happens to people when their world has fallen apart. A humility, a nobility, a higher intelligence emerges at just the point when our knees hit the floor. And it's very powerful, and I have the privilege of witnessing that.
Yeah, and I know.
And seeing these women evolve into that, and when their knees hit the floor, and they're at that absolute lowest point, and seeing the beauty that emerges from that. So, and we talked about this quote, right? Just, you know, the name of your program here, sometimes adversity isn't. You know, obviously for the women, none of us is going to get out of here alive.
No one, none,
you know,
no one.
It's how we get there, you know, how we eventually find our place there. And I have had the unbelievable privilege of watching so many women do it so gracefully. It's an amazing thing to watch that, and then to also watch the women who do, like you and I, the lucky ones, you know, just go through their journey, and some, you know, handle it better than others, and being able to get them through the journey. And I was at a woman's final radiation with her last week, and you know, she gets to ring the bell and do all that stuff, and the nurse at the facility said to me, she's come so long. I really was worried about her in the beginning because she was one of the fragile ones emotionally, and she did so well, and she did well because she had an army behind her. She had her family rallied, her friends rallied, and she had the coalition. You know, I text her, and she was 10 o'clock at night. I would get the little text, and is it over yet? Oh
my gosh.
You know, she'd be sick as a dog or whatever else. And I'd be, you know, no, it's not over yet, but, you know, you're getting there, and just getting them through. And so, you know, when you talk about giving and volunteering, always know that you don't give without getting a lot back.
Agreed.
A lot back.
Agreed. That's you know, that's why I do what I do too, and that's why the title, because, you know, I had my little lemon thrown at me, and so my lemonade, you're part of my lemonade, you know, because I have all these great people in my life because of it, and I've had so many great experiences. So, you know, and I don't have to deal with the darkness. You know, I didn't have the dark days. Not once did I doubt anything. I had faith. I knew I was going to be fine. I just focused on that and moved through it. But I also caught my breast cancer so early, as you and I were talking before about awareness. Early detection is key. Male, female, young, old, know your body, know yourself, and if you're supposed to go for some testing, do it. There's no excuse not to. And life gets in the way for everyone. We get that, but if life had gotten in the way for you or I wouldn't be sitting here with a big fat smile on my face like little Pollyanna saying, yay, because I would have been
much further along.
Much further along, and I don't even know what would have happened.
Right.
You know. I know also, we had also discussed a little bit about pink and pink shaming.
And pink responsibly. There's a lot of dialogue going on right now about, oh, everything's about the pink ribbon, and what about this, and what about that, and not enough money's going here, and not enough money's going there. And I think that some of that message is very dangerous. Yes, you know, is it important that you know before you know, buy that silly little, you know, pink I have a pink suit on, you know. Is money going to breast cancer for that? No. But if someone is selling you something and they're saying money is going to breast cancer, you should know where it's going to.
Yes.
First of all.
Yes.
But then this other movement has been going on, and I'm calling it pink shaming, and it's this, you know, like the pink ribbon you know, like the turning black, and it's, you know, shattered at the bottom. But people need to remember that 30 years ago, when that pink ribbon was started with Evelyn Water, nobody was giving anything to anybody for anything. So that little pink ribbon has now evolved into many other colors. There are many other color ribbons out there because of that pink ribbon. That is where it started. Is there still a need for awareness? Not as much, but as you and I just talked about, there are so many women out there that are still saying, I didn't go for my mammogram this year. Oh, I think it was about 2 or 3 years ago, and I'm like, oh my God, really?
Yeah.
I was telling you earlier that I went to another doctor's appointment this past Monday, and the technician was telling me, here she's in the field. So tell me about awareness. Do we need it? You know, as soon as she said, oh, and I mentioned, you know, like I'm giving her my medical history, and she says, oh, I haven't gone for my mammogram. And I'm like, well, go. And she said, you know, you're right. So if I was the wake-up call for her to go, she hasn't gone in 2 or 3 years, good. So awareness is still very needed. And then some of the other dialogue that's going on about how much is needed for metastatic cancer and breast cancer, which is so true. More needs to be given there.
Yes.
And actually the Babylon Breast Cancer Coalition at the end of every year, if we have anything left of our funds, because we're not for profit and we stand by that, we don't take any profit. So anything that we come out with at the end of the year goes directly to research, because that's part of our mission as well. And for the last 2 years running, a portion of that did go for metastatic breast cancer research. But is that the only thing we should be focused on? No. Because with that, like you and I talked, without the research for the other cancers, well, then maybe we wouldn't be their lucky ones, and we would have metastatic breast cancer.
So it's
without the testing,
line.
without all the research that's going on out there. That's so important as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, when you're looking at a skewed number and you're, you know, shaming an organization, for instance, for only giving 7% or whatever else to metastatic research, I think you have to be careful about that number, because it doesn't really represent the whole scope. And if how much is going for all of research?
Right.
And isn't that then part of preventing metastatic?
Absolutely.
And should more, of course, and then once you get there, yes, do we need things to make people more comfortable through it? And perhaps give them some miracle? Yes.
Yes.
But that's the finding the cure.
Right.
So all of that, so it's a big picture. And so I'm I always focus on the big picture in everything. I don't think you can look at one small number and say, well, they're only doing that.
Right.
Or this is only happening. These national organizations are also up against it. You know, they're doing good work, and quietly doing good work that people don't notice. The beautiful books that, you know, because I get to give them to these women about nutrition and things like that. American Cancer Society is a wonderful resource for that. But you know, because people don't see enough going, well, you know, they didn't help me with this, they didn't help me with that. But there's a lot still going on that people don't see the big picture.
Right.
So could we all be doing a better job? Yes. You know, are we all trying? I think so. I think, you know, I think people's hearts are in the right place when it comes to that. So I just think that pink responsibly, yes, know where your money's going. Shaming the pink ribbon is not the way to go, and I'm sad to see it.
Right.
I really am sad to see it. You see a lot of it on social media, and I am very sad to see it.
Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to leave you with this thought. I'm going to say think before you pink. And Tess, thank you so much for coming today and speaking to us.
My pleasure.
And I'm Kate Fox, and sometimes adversity isn't. Thank you.